cranky historian, and that's if there's a story that's either on the air or in a book or a magazine and said the event occurred on January 15th, 1912, and it was really 1911, I get all up in arms. So I have this fascination to really check facts and go back to a primary source, and that really developed my interest in history and the real story of Las Vegas.
Which is first and foremost a railroad story.
So it was just a tremendous amount of energy and supplies coming and going, and with no real road to Southern California or north to Salt Lake City, most of our connection with the outside world came through the train.
That's why we've recreated the gateway that welcomed the world to life in early Las Vegas.
That depot was just a key to Las Vegas.
And it unlocked access to an exciting mix of clubs, resorts, shopping, and shows.
The Arizona Club was really high-end. It was high-end architecturally, high-end interior. Let's say the Arizona Club was a 10 at the time. You'd go down to maybe a 4 or 5 for the rest of the bars, the rest of the saloons. It was a significant drop.
In good times and bad, a colorful parade of visitors, residents, worshipers, and workers passed through the lobby of the Lincoln Hotel.
The Lincoln Hotel had the upper level of the railroad workers, and at one time the Catholic Church Sunday School was held here for a period of time. Later on in life, the Lincoln Hotel was not a house of ill repute, but clearly the ladies of the night, this was their home.
The mercantile store provided a one-stop shop for making a home in a frontier town.
You could go into that store, yes, you would buy your food, your groceries, but you could also buy weapons, tools, clothes. It's just like so the mercantile store that we have here is really reflective of a big box store of today.
Even with all the potential the little town offered, promises were broken in the inevitable cycle of successes and failures.
A boomtown really has two fundamental elements to it. It has its boom and it has its bust. And there were lots of examples in the state of Nevada with mining where they would find what they thought was rich ore and there'd be a boom and then it would peter out.
Yet the challenges of desert life made the early settlers self-reliant, but also very neighborly.
Literally everybody in Las Vegas in that 1905 to 1920 period, everybody got along because everybody living out in the middle of nowhere. So it was a very close-knit community with a great deal of respect because you had to do that.
For the railroad workers and their growing families, it must have been another comfort to go home at night to one of their well-designed company cottages.
So the cottages that we also have on the street, they're a real sign. These cottages were built to entice the upscale employees that they were looking for. They were not going to come to a town where they had to live in tents. So the plumbers, the pipe fitters, the carpenters, the painters, all of those folks said, "We'll come, but you're going to have to give us some better living conditions."
As one of the saviors of the remaining cottages that once seemed fated for destruction, Bob Stoldal can take special pride in what their restoration represents to this boomtown that will always be at its best.
I can't tell you how excited I am to see these cottages the way they are and what the Springs Preserve has done and what it's going to mean to the community. To be able to go in with your 6, 7, 8-year-old yourself to go in and see how life was back in that period of time in Las Vegas, and to touch something, to be able to feel that, not just seeing a photograph or reading a great account, but to be able to sit back and look at these cottages. This is sensational and really means a lot to the future of the Springs Preserve. We have the past, we certainly have the present, and the Springs Preserve is also all about the future.